Hello, welcome to Wild Kingdom Wellness. Holly King, your podcaster. How you doing? Welcome to YouTube Live, guys. If you're watching, make sure you like and subscribe. We got a lot we're going to talk about this morning in a very short period of time. But I'm going to get on my exercise bike, you all. But before we get started, I do want to tell you what day it is. It is, you all, according to the Llewellyn's Almanac, which we talked about yesterday. Today is Thursday. Did I say it was Wednesday? Sometimes I forget. So when I start these live videos, it's just like, okay, where am I? What day is it? And what am I doing? But I know what I'm doing today. We're going to have a conversation while I ride this bicycle because I got a lot on my mind. So, anyway, today is June the 18th. 2026. It is Thursday. The color of the day today is green. And boys and girls, had I had a green tiara, I would have worn it. But this one is pink. So, anyway, green, pink, whatever, it's color. Guys, the moon is still in the sign of Leo. Okay, so if you don't know what it means to be a Leo, which I'm not a Leo, I'm a Scorpio, for those of you who don't know who I am. But for Leos out there, y'all, right now, the moon is shining down on you, and it would be a really good time for you to do some inner child work. Yes, I said it, inner child work. So, anyway, what are we going to talk about today? Well, first thing we're going to do is talk about the fact that I wear my house shoes, y'all, when I'm riding my stationary bike in my exercise closet. We're going to start referring to this little space here as my exercise closet because it is. And I actually canceled, well, let me rephrase that. I paused my Planet Fitness membership because right now they do not really have the money to be investing in a gym membership since I have all the equipment at home to make sure that I live some type of healthy lifestyle. So, anyway, if you are watching, say good morning. I'll put my glasses on here in a minute so I can follow you guys in the chat. But if you've never been here before, please like and subscribe. I'm going to set my timer here. Yesterday, I did 22 minutes on the I call this an elliptical. I always say that. It's a stationary bike. But anyway, I did 22 minutes yesterday, so I reset my timer here. I think it reset. Let me double check. There it goes. All right, and we are going to have a exercise conversation this morning. Looks like 10 of you are watching. Say good morning. The chat's open, guys, okay? Right now I don't have my glasses on, so I can't read it. But y'all, there's a lot I want to talk about this morning, okay? So, if you saw my live video yesterday, I had with you all a bit of a conversation about Candace Owens. Okay, now, if you do not know who Candace Owens is, then I suggest you look her up on YouTube. And some of you do know who Candace Owens is, and you're going to immediately go, I don't like Candace Owens, and get off this Wild Kingdom Wellness podcast. So, and that's your right to do so. If you don't want to watch me and talk about things going on in the world around us, the real world, y'all, the real world, then don't like and don't subscribe or push the thumbs down button. I really don't care. But I do want you guys to comment if you are a real human being and you're not a bot and you are following the independent journalism of people such as Candace Owens, Megan Kelly, Tucker Carlson, Lionel Nation. You got the Daily Frito with Cassia. Who else am I getting information from? PBD Podcast, Theo Vaughn, the Wi-Files, like my YouTube algorithm, y'all. Squirrel Tribe, all those good people. Y'all, it's huge. It's huge, okay? And so now here we are. It's Thursday. It's June the 18th, 2026. And we, y'all, how do I say this? From a political standpoint, what I see going on in the world around me is a whole hell of a lot of cray cray, okay? It's just, it's ironically, boys and girls, it's ironically comical what is happening in the world around us when it comes to politics. I feel like when I woke up this morning, because I told y'all yesterday about my dream, okay, about the canines, right? I feel like when I woke up today, I had this enormous sense of peace that I am supposed to be on this live YouTube stream doing my thing every morning, talking to you all about spiritual wellness, number one, okay? Physical wellness is important too, but this podcast, y'all, is about spiritual wellness, okay? And so most people in the world right now have no idea how to navigate through the layers and layers and layers of politics and government that we have here in America. And for the everyday average person, we decide to just stay in our own little bubble, right? And we're like, well, I can't really do a whole lot about the system, but what I can do is get up, take care of my family, take care of my pets, do my exercise, go to work, do my job properly, pay my bills, pay my taxes, go home, rinse and repeat. Okay. That's most people's life. And that's okay. I mean, that's a lot of people, with 8 billion people on the planet, that's a lot of people just going through the motions of life, saying, I'm blessed, I have abundance, I have a good job, I have a good family, good things are happening to me. There's a lot of people that have that mental mindset every day, and they're like, I don't worry about politics. I don't worry about, you know, who's going to come up in 2 years for a vote when it comes to like running the executive branch of government. Okay. So the presidency, any of them, any of those seats, you all, the congressmen and women, the senators, the, city council that's in your city. There's just layers and layers and layers of government. And then we have this secondary layer and layer and layer of government, right? That, you know, the IRS, those kind of letters. Any 3-letter branch of government is what I'm referring to. I'm not going to say them on here on this live right now because, we all do know we're being monitored, like, duh. But that's fine. That's fine. I see you, see me, boo. Okay. That's why we're doing this live video. But as a spiritual life coach, the stress and anxiety that the economical global elite rulers, I guess I'll say it like that, the people who are ruling the planet from a global scale, okay, they do not understand what the people need. Okay, I'm going to say it like that. They don't understand from a spiritual, mental, emotional, physical standpoint. Most people elected into office, any office, they don't really technically listen to the people. They might have a handful of watchers out there, right? I mean, think about your Facebook community groups, okay? Think about you live in a neighborhood and you've got a watchdog group of, say, 2,000 people, okay, in your like 2-mile radius, okay? Because y'all on Facebook, we have all of these, neighborhood groups so that you kind of sort of can be there for each other if the shit hit the fan. But in most cases, all I see, y'all, hold please. I got my coffee with me too, you all. I need the energy and I need the energy, okay? And by the way, I have my Candace mug as we're going to get back to Candace in here in just a minute and talk about it. But we're all connected, right? So from the level of your Facebook community group all the way up to the White House, I want you to think about like energy outside of yourself, okay? We have these layers and layers of laws, rules, edicts, and y'all, belief systems, okay? We have our own belief systems, right? But what's happened in the last, I'm going to say 5 to 10 years. I'm not even going to say the last 50 years because I'd have to sit here all day and ride my bicycle and give you all a history lesson about America, and the turn of the century and the Industrial Revolution and who was pulling the strings back then. because you got to put all the pieces together when you're looking at how our country has survived 250 years. Okay. I see comments coming up, y'all. Make sure you like and subscribe. So I'm like, okay, what am I to do? What am I to do as a middle-aged white-ish woman to change the trajectory of where our country is going in the next 250 years, right? Because if you think about it, 250 years as a country is it's nothing. Guys, all you Americans with your balls hanging out, listen to me. You're not that old, okay? All this is my country and establishment and yada yada yada, and you're not going to tell me what to believe and all the fighting we do in America. We're only 250 years old in country lives, kind of like dog lives, y'all. Okay, you got a dog that's one, well, he's 7, right? Countries are like that. Multiply that by like 100, okay? As somebody who loves history, I'm just looking at what's going on with our politics and our government, and I'm like, for one, we've definitely been infiltrated. However, you have to go back to 1776 and ask yourself who was in charge back then? What were their motives then? Do y'all not forget that the light skinned people came down from Europe and came to America, the North American continent? And what did we do? What did they do? They took the land, y'all. Duh. Where are we? From the Native Americans. Now, I want you to right now look at today's society of Native Americans and the reservations, whether it's Cherokee or, Lakota, whatever tribe, Iroquois. That's funny. Mom, if you're watching this, that's an inside joke. Iroquois people, right? Iroquois people have attitudes, I'm sure. So, if you know, you know. But y'all, 250 years ago, people of my-ish skin color came down from England, King Charles's dominion, right? Brought their ships over here and their muskets. And what did they do? They ended up taking the land from the Native American indigenous people. What's ironic, and you can fact check me on this, I don't care, is my bloodline is directly related to Daniel Boone and Squire Boone and Sarah Boone and all the Boones in the Midwest, right? It's my ancestors. For real. Like, I can prove this to you, okay? And I'm like, okay, so Daniel Boone and all them came over, and you know what they did? They took these Native American women to be their wives. I know because somewhere in this mess I have my great 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 grandmother's, the 3 greats, 2 greats, two greats, her picture, and she was a full-blooded Native American, without a doubt. And I do believe that it was from the Cherokee people, okay, because of the way my family grew up and how we got associated with Daniel Boone and his people, his tribe, okay. Now, in Kentucky, Daniel Boone is generally considered an okay dude, okay? It's not like, General Lee, who was in charge of the Confederacy, during the Civil War, which was not that long ago. 12? Was it that? I can't remember. But history repeats itself, y'all. Hello. Are you watching? Click like and subscribe. Does history not repeat itself, right? So basically, what we have now on our hands as Americans for our 250th birthday, happy birthday to us, is a possible regime change. Not one that I'm looking forward to, unless democracy And the freedom of speech, the freedom of religion, the freedom to debate, the freedom to not get along with everybody, but to not harm others. Totally, like, if y'all listen, people have called me a witch. And now I'm like, thank you. I so appreciate that compliment. But I'm a good witch, okay? I don't want to harm anybody because a good witch knows it not only comes back on you 3 times. When you harm someone, you have deep soul collective consciousness that requires you in the world of spirit. All right. Now we getting into the spiritual life coaching. When you harm someone and you have a vendetta against them, okay? Now there's levels of harm. Did I accidentally do it? What was the circumstances? But I mean, when in the core of your belly, you have a hatred inside of you that says, I will not only annihilate this person, but I'm going to annihilate this country. Boys and girls, that's a serious problem for your soul, okay? For your energy. I'm an energy worker, right? Right, mama? Right, everybody? And I'm like, who be damned here? That's my question. Who be damned here? The fact that somebody like Candace Owens, who is the biggest podcast in the world, if you don't know who she is, you are sleeping, honey. Honey, please watch last night's episode because that's why I'm so fired up. Thank you, Leo Moon. Y'all, don't be sleeping. Look at her spreadsheet, okay? And for those of you all who are fans of Candace Owens and you are following along with Charlie Kirk's unaliving like I am, because the dude won't leave me alone. I don't know about y'all, but he's not letting me sleep. Right, Brooke? So, but y'all listen to me. The power of one is on the other side. That's what I'm getting. This is me live streaming, channeling. The power of one is on the other side. But it takes all of us to make that up, okay? Which is collective consciousness. And when you harm and annihilate a country full of people to take their land, there is and always will be a historical repercussion to your soul somewhere down the road. Okay. That's universal life. That is Reiki. Reiki gives you the power to make decisions about yourself physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. And to be honest, y'all, lately, I'm like, I'm not going to channel a whole lot of Reiki because something might explode. Okay? So I've been in my humanness lately and not in my like, oh, I'm a spiritual person. I'm a minister, right? Uh huh. Yes. But it's like, what's my medicine? What's my medicine? My hands, my knowledge, my love, my hugs, my hope that things will get better. But also with medicine, you can take too much, right? Well, what's too much? Me being pissed off at the fact that they're trying to squash Candace Owens and she should be absolutely the leader of all the three-lettered government entities out there. Like she needs to take Joe Kent's job, Tulsi Gabbard's, you know. Sorry, JD, but yeah. Yeah, I did have a dream, y'all. I wrote it down and I kept the sticky note for months. It's about 6 months ago. And I dreamt that Donald Trump was going to a speaker's event with me. I was with him. This is what I dreamed. You can ask my husband because I told him about it and I wrote a sticky note about it. And we went into this sanctuary, and in front of us, there was a purple wall, and there was a young black woman sitting on a throne. I kid you not. And yes, I had already started watching Candace Owens, but now I'm starting to put it together because then I didn't. I swear. And he was like, I need to get to the little girl. That's what he was saying to me in the dream. Okay. Yeah. So I'm just being obedient to spirit to get on here in the morning and go, first of all, I need to exercise before I start my day. I need to create good, positive energy for my lymphatic system, my feet, so they don't swell, And yes, I am riding my bike in my slippers. So you can do all things through Christ who strengthen you. So just do it. But y'all, I'm not going to be quiet about this investigation. So what I did before I got on here, I finished last night's episode with Candace Owens. She's talking about the theory that they think Charlie's mic was, you know, the device. And quite frankly, a lot of us have been like, that is not a 30-06. It's just not possible. I was married to a Marine for 16 years. I know. Okay. Just FYI. If you know, you know. No, no, people. No. Something up with his little piece of plastic, right? So go back and watch the video from last night, her live stream, because the spreadsheet, y'all, is deep about this investigation. So I emailed CandaceOwens.com this morning, and I begged and pleaded to her team, Ashley and all them, please find me on YouTube, and can I get a copy of that spreadsheet? I think she's using Google Docs. I promise you, girl, listen, I want a copy of that, or at least in a PDF. Listen, I'm like Candace. I look at puzzles and go, "What?" I'm a double Scorpio, so you ain't hiding much from me ever. Ask all my husbands. They're like, "How you know I've been snooping on porn?" Oh, I don't know. A woman always knows, babe. And I'm not telling you which husband it was because it was all of them except maybe one. But I'm not sure about that one either. I'll never tell. So anyway, guys, I love you. Follow Candace Owens. If you are in my circle and I just messaged you her podcast from last night on Messenger, just fucking open it. Like, stop burying your head in the sand. You're going to have to vote soon, okay, for president. And we need to know who not to vote for. And it's getting kind of obvious. If they take APAC money, get them out. If they are evangelists and they're not willing to stand up for the truth, thou shalt not bear a false witness, right? As a witch, I'm telling you, you're playing with a hell of fire, okay? As a Christian witch, by the way, yeah, you playing with a hell of fire. If you think there are no repercussions for trafficking kids, hiding a cover up that can't be covered up anymore because we have the internet, if you think we don't see you, boo, baby, you sadly mistaken. Not to mention, I thoroughly believe ain't no man, look, when my soul leaves this body, it will be a party up in the sphere. I'm telling you, the realms are going to be like, oh, girl, that was hard. Climbing this ladder of humanness is rough. But you made it. You made it to the stars. You made it to the happy place. I'm like, oh, good. And you know who I hope to see, y'all, more than anybody? Robin Williams. I miss him so much, y'all. But be aware of your mental health and what you're watching and what you're not watching. So I keep sending y'all Candace Owens. Okay? Get on board. If you need to know what's going up, message me. I'll catch you up. Okay? But don't put your head in the sand about this global takeover. Okay? Just don't. And I love you. And to the people in government who are like, oh God, we're in trouble. We're gonna lose our jobs. It's like, hey, I don't mind a stop sign. I don't mind a flush toilet, and I don't mind pretty parks, and I don't mind good infrastructure, and I don't mind, my garbage men coming by and picking up my garbage, and I don't mind recycling. All the stuff I pay for as a taxpayer, I don't mind any of that. I'm happily to give you 25% of my check so I don't have to poop in a box outside in the yard. Right, Mom? Outhouse. I have pooped in an outhouse before, though. Them motherfuckers stink. Like, they nasty, y'all. But yeah, I don't want to live like that right now. Okay, I'm spoiled with my flush toilet. But the problem we have with government is we got too many layers. We're paying them all our money. They need to look. Elon just put them on a ship and send them on into space where they want to be, and leave all the assets behind. Okay. So, because my family, we're real good about finding, antiques, right, Mama? But y'all, I can't. So, if you're not watching Candace Owens, well, you can watch me watch Candace Owens. So, make sure you like and subscribe. I love you guys so much. But yeah, what you send out there will definitely come back to you 3 times. And sometimes 250 years later, you're like, that's why this is happening. Oh, so know your history, your real history. So that's it, guys. How long do we go? Let's see. 19 minutes and 58 seconds. 1958. So, that was probably a good year. A good year. Get it? All right, guys. Love you. Have a great day. We'll see you soon. All right. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe. I'll see you very soon. Bye.